Inspirational.
Valued.
Privileged.
Increased donor numbers.
Choice.
Confidence.
Interrelatedness.
Communication.
Life-changing.
Appreciated.
I think in times gone by, bereavement care was really quite inconsistent and really depended upon the area the person passed away in, and could possibly be described as quite archaic almost in its exclusion of the family and the family's involvement. Since Fiona and the team have been in place here in Bolton, there's been lots of education, both in formal training and also in the visibility actually on the wards on a daily basis, looking at attitudes to end-of-life care and educating people in how it can be and how experiences can be a lot more positive really for both family and patients by including them and making this a much more individualised process rather than a uniform one. For example, the provision of beds by the bereavement team so that relatives can stay 24 hours a day if they want to do so, to including them in the delivery of last offices if they wish to do that. Also, patients don't have to wear shrouds anymore. They can wear whatever the relatives want them to do, to even being given a lock of hair as a keepsake. There was one incident on my own ward where a lady wanted to actually lie next to her husband and hold him in the last moments of his life, which really in times gone by would have been unheard of in hospital ward and really would not have been facilitated. But because of Fiona, their education really of the nursing and medical staff, these things now are taking place as commonplace, and I think the experience for relatives is massively improved, a lot more positive. The other part of the bereavement team's role here is in the promotion of tissue and organ donation, and they have done lots and lots of education really for nursing staff with regards how to approach the question of tissue donation, which is very often a subject that nurses find really difficult, particularly at times when grief is very raw. The bereavement team have offered lots of support in how the question can be asked sensitively, and also if it's not possible for the nurses to do that because the situation is particularly difficult, are always on hand to be able to come down and help with that process. And I think as a result of that, the uptake of tissue donation has increased massively. Lots of patients, relatives are not aware that any organs can be used. I think they feel that because their relatives are particularly very old or because of past diseases, where the bereavement team have been able to come down and talk them through the process and check those things for them, and the difference for those relatives afterwards in knowing that perhaps someone hasn't died in vain, or perhaps you know, they've done some good has come from their loss really, is a big part of helping with the grieving process, and also makes a massive difference for those people who are on an organ donation waiting list. I really think that the bereavement team service is something that should be replicated across all trusts for the difference that it makes for patients and families. As a matron and a ward manager here at Bolton Hospital, I have to say that the attitudes towards end-of-life care from my own staff and the difference in the care that we provide has been amazing and makes me very, very proud to work here.
Learning.
Cultural change.
Family support.
Knowledge.
Making a difference.
Compassion.
Included.
Respect.
Dignity.
choice.